This is Triggered.
And you will be. Welcome to Chantel's Closet.
Yeah, we're here. I want to give like a disclaimer before we begin, because the only way we can record in my closet is if Rambo, who is my Doberman,
The guest speaker today,
Rambo
Duetta,
is in here with us. And I mean, right now he's chill. But if you hear licking, it's not Ashley. It's me. It's not me. It's not me. It's not me. It's not Ashley. It's just Bobo. And he's just having a lick. So
that's just where we're at right now.
Yeah, this is life right now.
The Christmas stress is officially Christmasing.
Yeah, you're feeling it?
Yeah. I mean, one of my staff members posted in our group, like, who wants to do a cookie exchange this week? And let me tell you, the horror on my face.
I want to eat the cookies.
Yeah. Can you exchange them with me for just a smile?
I can't. I'll bring a smile, you bring the cookies.
Although I was like, I could just order the cookies. But then, like, I'm like, they're going to know.
Well, now they definitely are going to know.
Oh, they'll know.
If you show up with cookies, they're going to be like, where's this from, ma'am?
And, like, I would order my cookies from Wilkie's. Shamelessly going to plug Andrew right now because the shit that this man makes, the sourdough bread, the cookies, everything is just beyond delicious, and it looks nice. Like, I could maybe pull off a delicious treat, but it's not going to look good.
This is what I'm saying. Oh, that is such talent.
He's amazing.
That's such talent.
And he's beautiful.
Oh, is he? You know what? I have this theory that people who love what they do and actually take a lot of pride in it, like, it tastes better.
100%.
It doesn't just look better. It's not just like the right recipe. It's the love. Like, you can taste the love.
This man is beautiful inside and out. And the funniest thing was, I was going to the movies one night and my oldest was at the mall and I'm talking to Andrew and he's sitting there with his partner Blaine, who's also like a snack. So I'm chatting with them and she goes, "Who are the DILFs?" And I was like, if you ever.
You're like, also, they're my DILFs.
They're
so
my
back
DILFs.
It off.
Back out. These are my boyfriends. So anyways, shamelessly plugging Wilkie's in the Ottawa Valley. He is, you know, I feel like if you eat his cookie, you'll just be a better person for it because his heart is beautiful and it comes out in his baking.
Well, I think you should just get the cookies from there and then not pretend like you made them. Just be like, these are from Andrew and me.
I'm ready to start this story.
Okay.
And I want to kind of just start with a little bit of an opener as we do. I want to talk about today's world and how people are so shamelessly obsessed with fame and notoriety.
Oh, man.
It's like TikTok, Instagram. It's like a battle constantly of how to get more posts, how to get more views. And it almost makes me sad in a sense because people put value on themselves based on how many people are looking, how many people are liking.
Yes.
What is my worth? And as a parent to teenagers, this is becoming more and more evident as we get into just this whole new reality.
And it becomes like, and I feel for the kids especially because I have had enough therapy in my life that I know that my worth lies outside of that like or that heart. But the kids don't, because the whole point of social media is that hit of dopamine that you get when it's like, oh, so-and-so liked your post, so-and-so liked your image. So no, I feel for them and I'm constantly like, you are more than your social media. You are more than, is it a Snap Score? What is it called? Streak?
I don't have Snapchat, but like, yeah, the kids are all about the streaks and how many you've sent. And it's like constant. And actually, speaking of that, I did a little research because I was like curious.
Oh.
Did you know that this is crazy to me because I don't fall within these numbers.
I wonder if I do know.
So people will snap an average of 25,000 selfies over the course of their life.
I believe, no. Listen, I believe that. My kids will snap each other. As a matter of fact, and I didn't tell you this outside of this closet. As a matter of fact, my daughter was telling me that your daughter, they were snapping back and forth last night. And she's like, but I was already in bed with my lights out, so I was just snapping her back black photos. And I'm like, what is the point of that? And she's like, our streak?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, looked at me like I was insane. Like,
and those numbers are like the average person. Millennials will actually take more than that. So to me, it's like, who the hell wants to see my face that much? Like, I don't even want to see my face that much. I just looked in Chantel's mirror that's like positioned in the window and I was horrified.
Yeah, I do that on purpose. It's like my daily wake up call where I'm like, oh, good.
Oh, shit.
If you were feeling cocky, you ain't anymore.
Do not wake up and look in Chantel's mirror is all I can say about that. Okay.
All right.
So today I'm going to bring you a story that's not just chilling, but it is a stark reminder how quickly safety can turn into danger.
Okay.
Living in Canada, we have a reputation, and it's true, as one of the friendliest countries. Like a badge of honor. We're Canadian. Everyone loves us.
I mean, I feel like that's changing.
We had that badge, okay? Please don't take it away from us. I still do feel like Canadians are generally a little bit more friendly than other places I've been, but I think it's just because we don't have, like, these big metropolitan cities, like, not as many. So it's, like, more friendly neighbor vibes than it is, like, bumping into people on the streets.
Yeah.
But it is all too easy to think about these terrifying tales of violence when they're far away. We're like, oh, that happened in, New York City.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen here.
Absolutely.
But they do happen. And I want to talk to you about something that happened actually right here in our own backyard.
I'm sorry. We need to take a moment. Okay. All of you who are listening need to know, Ashley and I, for the most part, write our own stories. And we don't talk about it.
No.
And it's so funny that whatever you are about to bring to our table, because on Tuesday, my episode is Ottawa.
Oh, well, hopefully it's not the same one as mine, because that's going to be boring for everybody, these idiots.
Or we're going to be scrambling to find something else. It hasn't happened yet, but I'm sure it will at some point.
100%. Exactly. We tell ourselves Canada is safe. These things aren't going to happen to us, but they do. And today's story will force us to confront those unpredictable natures of humanity all over the world. So grab your wine, Chantel.
I have whiskey today.
Yeah.
We have to take a picture for Trista.
Oh, yes.
Hi, Trista.
Hi, Trista.
We love you.
She's so cute. Okay, so let's take a journey into a narrative that shatters our comfortable perception and brings us face to face with unpredictable events that were just... And a lot of people know this story, but I think, like, I could listen to this story over and over again, and it's always fucking horrifying.
Oh, let's do it.
All right, so our story begins with Jun Lin, known to friends as Justin. Born on December 30th, 1978, in Wuhan, China. Jun always felt a yearning for something beyond his hometown. In 2010, he made the brave decision to leave everything behind and start anew in Canada, which a lot of people do because of our wonderful reputation.
Yeah, that's right.
Jun arrived with big dreams. He wanted to pursue a degree in computer engineering. By 2012, he had registered as an international student at Concordia University in Montreal. He even spent time at a language school to improve his English, all while working part-time at a convenience store in Point St. Charles. So on May 1st, 2012, Jun moves into an apartment in the vibrant Griffintown area with a roommate. He felt like this was his fresh start, but he did carry a very heavy secret. He was gay. A part of his identity he had never shared with his family back in China.
And what year was this?
2010.
Okay, all right.
So 2010 to 2012.
Okay, so he hadn't shared that with his family, but
No.
I would imagine especially being like in Montreal as a gay man, like that is your zone, man.
Yes,
Like you
Montreal
are
is vibrant.
That is where you want to be.
Yeah, and like he had been previously married, but that chapter had closed in Canada. Like he was able to leave China. His family had a lot of pressure on him, so he did get married, moved to Canada, obviously. Then he was looking for companionship.
Yeah.
And he did find that with another Chinese man. But as time went on, the pressure from his family to conform to their expectation was just looming. So, like, I can't imagine, you still obviously love and adore your family, but when you can't be yourself, I feel like that would be very isolating.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
you would be desperate.
My heart always goes out to people who are struggling, especially those who can't be honest about their sexuality with their family or with their friends. That always like,
It must be so lonely.
yeah, yeah.
So just before tragedy struck, so spoiler alert, tragedy is about to strike.
Spoiler alert. Guys, I'm sorry. I need to interrupt. Ash is having none of this shit today. Ash is...
Guys, I'm in pain, and we'll talk about it at the end of the episode,
Okay.
but you're about to hear some shit.
Yeah, all right. I'm ready.
Okay.
Tragedy.
Yes, so Jun's relationship did end with his companion. Alone and searching for a connection, he turned to popular dating apps like Grindr.
Uh-huh. Okay.
But it didn't just yield the results he was looking for. Of course, it's like any dating app. You might not find your person.
I'm going to tell you what, whether you are gay or straight, I mean, listen,
Small pond out
those
there.
apps are not great. No. You are not getting what you think you're getting.
So, of course, as like many, he turned to Craigslist. Which, you know, to me, like maybe back in 2012, Craigslist was more popular. I personally don't know anyone that's found love on Craigslist or even looked on Craigslist. I've never even been on Craigslist, but I think I'm going to check it out today. Not for love, just to see what it's about. I'm sorry.
Obviously not for love.
But he did respond to an act proposing sex and bondage.
All right.
And that's fair. He's looking for something.
Get
do
it.
you, boo. And when I say do you, boo, I don't want anyone going on Craigslist because we've heard way too many horrifying
yeah,
stories.
listen, if things aren't working out on the apps, that's okay. Just take a break.
Yeah.
Take a break, go to
Safety
the library,
first, friends.
go to Starbucks. Yeah. Do not go to Craigslist.
Please don't, because little
But
did he... Oh,
do you, boo? So long as you are an adult and it is consensual, I don't give a
Live your
shit
life.
what you are doing behind closed doors.
No.
So long as everyone's safe, no one's hurting anyone,
Yeah.
and it's not, and everything's consensual, go to town.
absolutely.
Do your thing.
Live your life. You get one. So little did he know, though, that this decision would lead him into the clutches of an unimaginable, horrific situation.
Oh, no.
Jun was last seen on May 24th, 2012. That evening, he texted his friends around 9, completely unaware it would be the last time he would ever speak to them again. The following day, he missed work, raising major alarm bells because remember, this is a hardworking guy.
Yeah.
He, like all of us in Canada, have to work our balls off.
Yes. Yeah. Just to get by.
Regardless that it was 2012 or now, it's never been easy, especially when you're new. So he doesn't show up. His boss is like, something is off.
Yeah.
And his friends are starting to worry as well because they're messaging him and he was always very quick to respond. He was a very social guy.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, nothing.
No, that would be immediately.
Yeah.
You didn't respond to me right away this morning, and I was like, I'm getting in the car.
I know.
So
We'll talk about why later. So by May 27th, 3 of Jun's friends decide enough is enough. We're going there. We're going to look at this situation ourselves because there's something really wrong. So they go hoping to find him safe. Maybe he's sick. Maybe he's depressed. We've all
Right.
had those moments where we just shut down.
yeah.
But what they encountered was very unsettling. Silence.
Oof.
The palpable sense of something seriously wrong was in the air. There was nothing amiss. Like
No.
the place was fine.
No, but you feel that.
You feel it. Like
You
no
feel
one's been
it.
here.
Yeah.
No one's
yeah.
living.
He hasn't come back.
Yeah. Yeah, it's scary.
No, that's scary.
So Jun was finally officially reported missing on May 29th, and the urgency of the situation was intensifying. His friends and family were literally frantic.
Aw.
Because
I can't imagine. I honestly cannot.
If you went missing, Chantal, and it was a day, and they're like, we don't know where she is, I would be hysterical.
Yeah, yeah.
And just like that, the story starts.
Oh, boy.
So,
here we go.
Investigators start looking. They turn to surveillance footage, searching for any clues that could lead him to June. The last image of him alive were captured on that fateful night, May 24th, 2012. The footage shows him entering the apartment building where an unknown man followed him inside.
Okay.
So maybe a date. Like, you can't automatically jump to this is the culprit, but let's do that.
But we're gonna, because we all know how this goes.
It's like the never-ending tale of fucking horror. So these chilling images did become a very key piece of information for the investigators because who is this guy and what sinister events were unfolding inside of that building? It didn't take long for detectives to identify the man who entered with June.
Yeah. Tell me who that is, Ash.
It was Luca Rocco Magnotta. And that's a notorious name in Canada. So,
absolutely.
I mean, if you're Canadian, you probably know where I'm going with this. If you've never heard the story, I'm going to let you know right now at this point.
It's bad.
If you can't handle it, like...
And there's no
run.
judgment.
Nope.
But seriously, run.
Yeah, it's pretty horrific. So, born Eric Clinton Kirk Newman on July 24th, 1982 in Scarborough, Ontario, Luca's early life was marked by insane instability. He was the first of 3 children into an insanely turbulent household. The mother's obsession with cleanliness was so insane. When I was reading the reports, my heart broke for these children because this is a very unstable woman.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of feelings about her. I have a lot of not nice feelings about her. They're probably going to come out. And this woman has tried to monetize her son's, sorry, horrific crimes.
Yeah.
She is a fucking nightmare of a human being.
Yeah.
Anyways.
No, and you know what? We're all about, that's your opinion.
Yeah.
And I respect that 100%.
I just don't tolerate certain things. So
Nope.
Can you imagine growing up in a home where routine cleanliness was prioritized over your emotional well-being? He later on describes a childhood where his siblings often felt very abandoned. He recalls moments where his mother would lock them out in the freezing cold dead of winter because the house needed to be clean and they were just abandoned outside. She didn't want them in there because she was just a fucking psycho when it came to this shit.
Oh, man. Now, like, we're not talking about, listen, we come from Valley mums.
Yeah.
Who would be, like, my mom had no problem being like, get your stuff on, get your skidoo suit on.
Scrubbing the floors.
Get outside.
Yeah.
Don't come back for a couple hours.
That
Go
was
find
not
something
the
to do.
case here.
That's not what we're talking about
No,
here.
this is
abuse.
Abuse.
Yeah.
Even at one point, they had pet bunnies. And for animal lovers, like, this kills me. She one day decided that the bunnies were not going to be in the house anymore and threw them outside, and they froze to death and died.
Of course they did.
Like, it's just gross. It's a shit show of a house. And then it starts getting worse because in 1994, Luca's father is diagnosed with schizophrenia.
Oof. Okay.
So this leads to obviously a shattered family.
Yeah.
He's mentally struggling. So you've got, somebody probably unmedicated for the first portion of his life.
Yeah.
If he was just diagnosed in 94. So you've got a schizophrenia. You've got this mom who's just off her bean.
Yeah.
And they're raising these kids. It's going to be unstable.
Yeah. It's not a good situation for anybody.
Yeah. So with all this going on, Luca moves in with his grandmother, Phyllis, which provided some relief. But, like, at that point, we've already established there's abuse, there's trauma.
Well,
Can you reverse it?
Yeah, and as a child, so all that's gone on in the home, and now you're living with grandma, and you would have a sense of, I'm not worth it.
Yeah.
I'm not worth it.
Yeah, so I mean, mom is not well, dad is suffering from severe mental illness, and this just is like a recipe for
Yeah,
disaster.
yeah,
It's just a lingering explosion of bullshit. And
yeah.
we see this all the time. So it wasn't surprising when I was reading his early years. I'm like, oh, okay, not excusable behavior, obviously, but like it gives us a
But
little
you
bit
can
of
see how
the
the
development.
snowball started.
Yeah. So Luca attended I.E. Weldon Secondary School in Lindsay, where his challenges continued. Later, he was also diagnosed with schizophrenia.
Oh, I actually didn't know that.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So this diagnosis would profoundly, obviously, affect his mental health
Yes.
and his life choices.
Yeah.
And my heart goes out to anyone suffering with schizophrenia because
Yes.
this is, again, you know, you hear these horrific stories, but we also still have to keep in mind that this is an illness, if untreated, can be horrifying. Following his diagnosis, Luca received a disability allowance, but it wasn't enough.
Well, no.
No, he turned it to prostitution.
Okay.
I mean, he was doing what he had to do.
Okay.
A
And you
choice-
know what? I'll tell you something. Before someone becomes a murderer, I feel for that person. Okay? Before they act, and like Luca Magnotta did horrific things. Before that, I do feel for the child. I do feel for the adolescent. And you know what? We've said this before, like prostitution is a reasonable career choice.
Yeah.
And so that's great.
Yeah, so he chose this, obviously, for me anyways, when I looked at the case and looked at the psychological evaluations and things like that, he was actually looking for intimacy and validation.
Of course.
He never had that before.
Of course.
So he would obviously go down a path where he's looking for that.
Yeah, yeah.
So in 2003, he did start appearing in gay adult films.
Okay.
He did not find success at all within that industry. And like that, I think, was one of the catalysts where he's like, I'm nothing. I'm nobody. I
Right.
need notoriety.
Yeah. And that approval.
Yeah. So it's not going well. It's just not going the way he had maybe hoped. So in 2005, he adopted the persona of Jimmy, a pinup model in Toronto's Fab magazine.
All right.
So maybe he's like, okay, maybe I'll try modeling, because really, if he is not an unattractive person,
No.
you know, he is,
No.
he's got beautiful qualities.
He's he's very unique looking.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But despite those efforts, he just couldn't make it happen. He appeared on Out TV's reality series Cover Guy in 2007.
Okay.
He competed for the title of Ultimate Male Model. But again, he just didn't receive the recognition he thought he was going to get. So it's just one failure after another.
And I mean, he's not the ultimate male model.
No.
Like, I'm not saying he's the ugliest person in the world, but like, you ain't the ultimate male model.
No,
there, my friend.
he, like, obviously, he was so relentless, though, Chantal. Like, it was crazy. In February 2008, he auditioned for Slice Network's Plastic Makes Perfect show.
All right.
That was a show focusing on cosmetic surgery.
Okay.
Yep. And he underwent multiple procedures.
Oof.
Like, he's chasing this ideal image of
Yeah.
himself, and he literally is not getting the validation.
No.
And I think this is where things are spiraling. He wants validation. He needs someone to be like, you're it. You're
Yeah.
good.
Now you're famous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just like the conversation we had about TikToks and
Yeah.
Instagram and all these things, his quest for validation just There's not a demon in the closet. That was Beau. We will keep that in for you guys to understand the horror that is this closet right now. Sorry. So his quest for validation, of course, started to extend far beyond reality TV because it's not working. So he starts crafting an elaborate online persona. He established at least, now this is what we know of, 70 Facebook pages.
I have a hard time running my Facebook
Yeah.
page and Triggered's Facebook
Yeah.
page.
And 20
yoy.
websites under different names.
Sir,
It was a lot.
calm down.
It makes me sad though, and like up until I found out about all the horrific things he did, I
Yes.
was sad for him.
Of course, because before, and I mean, we know what happens. So we already have like a biased view. But if you actually look at this story through the lens of, at this point, Luca Magnotta was not a monster.
No.
He was fucked up. He probably needed a boatload of therapy.
Oh, yeah.
But he was not yet a monster. And so we can feel bad for that. We can feel bad for that version of him.
Of course.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he was just lost in his own identity. And like, it wasn't for self-promotion though. So when we think of all these Facebook and Instagram personas that he was creating in websites, he would use these identities to launch attacks on people. If you fucked with him, he was going on these sites and just slandering the shit out of your name.
He was taking you down.
Yes.
Oof.
So he was just like a keyboard ninja back there.
Oh, God.
He would spread false information about himself as well. So he would create these rumors about himself and like the more I learned about him, it was basically to make, you know what, if I'm not going to get positive attention.
Yeah.
Like those little kids in class that were like, I'm not getting the attention I need. I'm going to be bad.
I'll act out. Yeah.
So this is where you start seeing like, okay, he's looking for any form of attention.
Yeah.
Now it's not just being beautiful and being like this beautiful gay man and things like that. Now he's trying to victimize himself by creating false stories. So it's very strange.
Yeah.
Things are getting weird. So yeah, bad publicity, as we know, is still publicity.
That's right.
So all these weird things don't point to him being a criminal at this point, though.
No. I mean, that's kind of like we're
borderline.
dancing. Yeah. We're dancing on the edge here. But no, he's not yet like the monster that he becomes.
No. So in 2005, while still using his birth name, Luca was convicted of a series of crimes. On one count, it was impersonation, and 3 counts of fraud targeting companies like Sears Canada and The Brick. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah. So what we're seeing is very common, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Small crimes start to increase in intentional. They're gaining momentum.
Absolutely.
Honestly, when I was reading about it, I was wondering, is it a test to see what he could get away with? Is he testing it out?
And you know what? I think from a psychological standpoint, you don't even know that is what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're just doing it, and it's like, oh, can I get away with this? If I got away with that, can I get away with this? Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because the problem with a criminal like Luca is that while he is, was at one point getting away with these crimes, he wasn't being seen. He wasn't getting the notoriety.
Right, and that wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Because that's what he needed.
Yeah, for sure. And his issues did become evidently worse. Obviously, by 2010, they escalated dramatically. So this is around the time where Magnotta starts to show signs like it's getting worse. So he was He was accused
Okay.
of exploiting a vulnerable young woman. She was mentally disabled.
And you're gross.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
He actually convinced her to apply for credit cards. He racked up over $10,000 in fraudulent charges. And it's heartbreaking because this poor woman was left in such a precarious situation, probably liking the attention Luca was giving her under false pretenses, obviously. Yeah. And he just walked away with all this money. Alongside those charges, though, he also faced allegations of sexual assault. But unfortunately, those charges were dropped as there was not enough evidence. Yeah, so during sentencing for those crimes, the judge noted Luca's significant psychiatric issues. It's a stark reminder for us that mental health struggles can complicate our understanding of a person's actions because we see it all the time. People get away with horrific things based on their mental health.
Yeah.
It doesn't excuse the harm they cause, though, and I'm not saying that at all. So please don't think that I'm, relating to this person at all.
Right.
I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
Yeah.
He did receive a 9-month conditional sentence, and he did 12 months of probation. So he did his time for that. In a perfect world, that would have been where he learned his lesson.
Ends. Yeah.
But this was just the beginning.
Of course it was.
In May of 2010... Magnotta posted a shocking video titled "One Boy, Two Kittens." Now, Before I get into the details of this, I'm going to throw out another trigger warning. If you're an animal lover,
This isn't for you.
this is not for you. I watched snippets of this video and it was so hard for me to watch. I had to walk out of the room multiple times. My husband watched it with me and he had to tell me when it was over. It was so bad. So it was on YouTube, in which you see this man and he's got these two beautiful baby kittens and he's petting them and he's playing with them and they're playing with each other. And it is like a scene of like, oh, little baby kittens, this is so beautiful. And I think baby anything is like,
I know you love them.
like just, yes. So he then takes these beautiful creatures and he puts them in, you know those vacuum bags that you
Yeah.
suck the air
You
out
can
of?
like seal clothing in order to like store it. Yeah.
So essentially that is what we see. Those kittens get put into this bag and he sucks the life out of them. And watching that is literally, I really struggled with this case because watching these things unfold was so hard, because you see these innocent, beautiful little babies and they just think he's there to play with him and he murders them.
It's awful.
It's horror. It's gut-wrenching. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. So the graphic nature of these videos sent literal shockwaves through the internet community. It was fucking insane. People were panicking. Like, is this real? Is this a joke? Who the fuck is this? Animal activists are outraged, so now they're kind of following this. But that wasn't the only video he did. He then posted a video of himself actually drowning a cat. Right on video, and he's very sleuthy in the fact that you can't get a good description of who he is.
That's right. Yeah.
But later on, you do see that he took selfies with these animals first, like the fucking psycho that he is. He also, in another video, which again, I'm sorry to share this, he fed another kitten to a python live on video. So as a just a human being with a soul, I would see that and be like, this is the most dangerous person I've ever seen.
Yes.
Because this is where it starts to escalate,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Now he's getting attention.
The minute that someone can start hurting animals in a malicious way, we have a problem.
Yeah, yeah. And he's getting notoriety,
Yeah.
right? But animal rights activists were fucking outraged, as they would be. And it is so amazing how fast these online people can work. They created a private face group. They identified Magnotta as the perpetrator. Like, these people dug deep. They raised alarms. They warned authorities. They were
That's
like,
right.
someone that does this to animals,
Is going to hurt.
they're going
a
to
person.
try to do it to people.
Yes. Yes.
They just weren't taking these reports as serious as I believe they should have been.
Of course.
There was definitely, a ball dropped along the way. And maybe, I'm going to go into like devil's advocate. The police are swamped with fucking crazy people.
Sure.
And these people are like, this is what's happening to animals. Now, I think animals have the same rights, because you know how I feel
I
as
know,
people.
I know.
My whole thing is we don't deserve animals in our life because they're beautiful. And so for me, I was like, this should be taken as seriously as a person being killed.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's torture. It's inhumane. Bottom line.
Yeah.
And of course, these online people, they were right, unfortunately. Because by February 2011, the Toronto police began investigating him after receiving complaints from the Ontario Society of Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. But at this point, by the time they got all their ducks in a row and really started to go hard on this, the worst of it had already began. We're going to fast forward a little bit.
Okay.
So whatever Luca was doing between these time frames, who fucking knows? But he was planning something pretty significant.
Yeah.
Because on May 25th, 2012, an 11-minute video was posted to an internet shock site called bestgore.com. Have you ever heard of Bestgore?
Only because of this case.
Okay.
Only because of this case.
So for people who don't know what Bestgore, it generally is for people seeking thrills. It is not a site where you would find snuff videos. Snuff videos are illegal.
Yes.
So a snuff video is essentially a video of torture, murder that people would use almost like in a pornographic nature.
Yeah.
Best gore. It's usually fake.
Yeah.
Fake blood. Fake
Like theater. Yeah.
So this video was titled One Lunatic, One Ice Pick. It depicted a nude man tied to a bed frame in a dark room. So I watched some of it.
I have watched the whole thing.
Okay, so I have not. I, again, had to leave the room.
Yeah.
I get really upset with things like that. And it really took a couple days for me to, like, get it out of my mind.
Yes.
So this man's tied to a bed, and you see this other man, semi-naked, straddling him. So at first, you're like, oh, it's like a little...
Sexy time
video. But then, okay, so I want to explain this so that it's, like, well described. So you've got this man, he's tied to the bed. This other man is straddling him, and it looks like he's kind of like, it's like a bondage situation where he's like choking him and hitting him, and like it's kind of weird. But then the frame cuts out and then it comes back. And unless you were like looking for differences, you wouldn't realize that that first 2 minutes was actually somebody else. So Luca had lured someone, again, Craigslist, a little bondage, a little fun, come on over. And I guess he did have that
fun
interaction. He recorded some of it. Now, no one knows why that wasn't his victim. We don't know what happened in that moment where he decided that this wasn't the guy or this wasn't the person, but he let that person go. So that, the first couple minutes of that video, that person survived. He left.
Yeah.
All was well.
Yeah.
So then in the new frame, like the quick second it cuts, another man appears in the same position. So you would think it's the same. And he begins to be stabbed repeatedly with what looks like an ice pick. So he's being stabbed mercilessly.
You got it.
And it's horrible. Later we do reveal that it was actually a screwdriver made to look like an ice pick.
Which, like...
Why?
Anyway.
We'll get into
why any of it. Yeah.
We will get into why. But anyways, it was a staged thing. This man's being stabbed. He then took his time decapitating this body, dismembering this body, all for everyone to see. And if that was not enough, because why would we stop there? He begins masturbating with the body parts. So now we're looking at necrophilia. This person is disgusting.
Yeah.
He is basically having sex with body parts of this person.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
It's disgusting. So it's literally a scene, obviously, of horror. And then he alludes to feeding this small dog parts of the body. So he's cutting it up and he's putting it on a fork.
Yeah.
So at first, people are looking at this video and they're like, wow, the graphics on this were really well done.
Yeah, like, holy shit. Like, this guy really got his shit together and made this pretty realistic.
So people are logging in and all of a sudden, Magnot is getting that, like, rush. Like,
that
holy
dopamine.
Shit. And I mean, the amount of times that this fucking video was watched and downloaded is so horrific and awful. And to be honest, it still happens.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And the chilling part of this whole thing is people are encouraging him. They are saying, like, good job. Like, so finally this fucktard is getting the notoriety he's always craved.
And he's like, I did it.
I
finally did
famous.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
But again, these people think that this is theater. These people think that this is, like, fake everything.
But then people started realizing, like, I don't think this is right.
Yeah.
And I mean, Magnata literally submitted this video himself, so he wasn't trying to hide who he was. He obviously planned it out. We have the first few moments with somebody else, so he took the time to find another victim.
Yes, yeah.
And unfortunately, the second victim was Jun Lin. We have an obvious premeditated murder on our hands. And it's not going to fucking stop unless he's caught. Like, we know that. This is just escalating. As I'm kind of talking about this, how do you catch somebody? you would have to be such an amazing online sleuth.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to talk about the online sleuths.
Yes, let's, because they're amazing.
They're amazing. They played such a crucial role in solving this case. You know, like we often hear the power of the internet for good. And in this case, it was those dedicated individuals who used their internet expertise for something good. Deanna Thompson, a data analyst from Las Vegas, and John Green from Los Angeles became obsessed with the infamous YouTube videos showing the suffocation of the kittens and the python and the drowning. Their relentless pursuit of the truth was nothing short of remarkable. Their investigative skills were so impressive. Not only did they identify Luca as the man behind these heinous acts, but also worked tirelessly to alert authorities. But it's almost unbelievable that their efforts eventually linked back to the tragic murder of Jun Lin. Like, these people were zooming in on light switches.
I know.
Like,
it's incredible.
Like, they were like, we will find this fuck and we will take him down. And while their work undoubtedly helped to lead to the recovery of crucial evidence, there was a darker side to this story because some speculate that the pressure from the online detectives may have driven Magnotta to escalate his crimes. I personally don't think that them, you know, finding out that it was him and you know, trying to find justice for these animals made him do anything. He did those things. So to blame these online sleuths, to me, is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think they should have been offered a job to work in law enforcement because it was that good.
I know. They were so on top of it.
Yes.
And the documentary Don't Fuck with Cats.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And it really highlights these people and how they, the vacuum cleaner thing blew my mind.
Oh.
Like, I was like, hello?
You figured out where it was from? Like,
Yeah.
What are you talking about? It's very, very incredible. And they were warning authorities of Magnotta, and they were like, we're tracking his movement patterns. They were the ones that figured out his obsession with film. So just hours after committing the horrific acts against Jun Lin, Luca Magnotta calmly booked a one-way ticket from Montreal to Paris using a passport in his own name. Like, he was
just like, bye.
I'm going on a vacation. So he planned to escape to the City of Lights, believing he could just leave this nightmare behind. And like, the online sleuths were like, nah, we got you. They were hot on his trail. They deduced that he chose Paris because of his apparent love for the movie Casablanca.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, so he was living out these bizarre cinematic fantasies, which are like super fascinating to me because as we get into it, we're going to realize like his crimes were based on cinematic fantasies of he was taking parts of movies and trying to create reality, and it was fucking insane. So his behavior echoed scenes from movies like American Psycho, where he even used songs from that film in his acts. And let's not forget his obsession with Basic Instinct. The opening scene of his video mirrored that iconic moment where Sharon Stone straddles a tied-up man before fatally stabbing him with an ice pick.
Right.
Which is why
Which is
he
where
made the
he was
screwdriver.
into. Oh, God.
Like, he was trying to recreate these chilling movie moments in real life. But while he was wrapped up in his fantasy, the consequences were all too real for his victims. Like, okay, cool. Like, do I want to recreate a moment from Pretty Woman where he, like, climbs the banister and chooses her and it's beautiful? Yes. But...
Is it going to happen?
No.
You and Mike aren't banistering it.
No.
anytime soon.
Like, fuck me. I would be climbing the banister for Mike, if anything. I choose you. And just a few days after the murder on May 26, 2012, a Montana attorney stumbles upon these graphic videos. And he literally, like, this guy, I love him. He felt to act right away. He reached out to authorities like the Toronto Police and the FBI, but shockingly, his warnings were met with indifference. So I'm still fucking irritated about this whole thing. Like, yes, they know about it. Yes, they're looking into it. But you're not fucking doing anything. People
Do you know what just fucking happened?
People are screaming.
Yeah.
And nothing is happening. So it just really disheartened me.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Here's someone who witnessed something truly disturbing, and the authorities are brushing him off like, meh, we'll look into it.
Yeah, when we have time.
Yeah. So meanwhile, viewers on Best where the video was initially shared, were also trying to raise the alarm. Like, these people love gore, and they're, like, collectively outraged. It was palpable. They're feeling it. Everyone is, like, messaging, like, this is real, this is real. This situation still was remained unchecked, and I'm getting worked up.
That's okay. You can get worked up.
Because you're watching it, and you're like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
I know.
So we're going to fast forward to May 29th, 2012. An unseemingly, it doesn't look like a scary package, just arrives at the Conservative Party of Canada's headquarters. Like, oh, there's a package. And what they found inside this package was short of horrific. It was, like, nothing short of horrific, I should say. It was short of horrific. But, like, anyways,
What? Did you just break?
I broke.
Did
my brain
just blow?
I'm thinking too quickly because I'm so worked up.
We have to start doing YouTube videos because I need you all to see this happen in real time.
It's like real time. Like Ashley is just like reeling. I'm reeling.
Breaking down.
So what they find is a left foot.
Oh, good.
Unaccompanied. I think my time here is over. Accompanied by a horrific smell. So we know what that smell is. It's decomp. Yeah. That's the worst smell of the smells of the world. The package was marked with a disturbing red heart symbol, adding an unsettling touch, which, like, yes, the foot is terrifying, but I don't know, that red heart symbol, like, gives me the ick. Like, it just adds to, like, there's a foot. Oh my God, there's a heart. Like, I just feel like that's just, like, such a
It's
message.
like a shock value. Yeah.
And as if this wasn't enough, another package was intercepted at a Canada Post facility. This one was addressed to the Liberal Party. The realization that more human remains were going to start coming out sent everyone into, like, a massive panic and frenzy. Like, this place is getting shut down. Like, we need to figure this out.
And it's so, I'm sorry, I have to interrupt here. It's so, as we have talked about before, I've been in Canadian politics for 11 years. And it is so funny, not funny, because I actually personally know some of the people who received the package at the Conservative Party. But, like, I don't know what he was trying to accomplish with this, because literally, like, the people who are opening packages at the party, like, Justin Trudeau's not opening your package at the Liberal Party of Canada.
Like, oh, I've got mail.
It's literally like an 18-year-old student who is just starting out in her life and her career. She's working there for free. Like, and she's like, oh, a package.
These packages were not just gruesome. They were a tangible manifestation of a deep, horrifying crime. And remember, they don't know whose body parts these are. Who's sending them?
That's right.
So, like...
That's terrifying.
They're not putting the...
It was terrifying.
Yeah. So, like, investigators are racing to connect these unsettling deliveries to a larger case. And the nation is like, who the fuck is that? Is he out here? Where is he? Like, everyone's panicked and scared, rightfully so. Investigators are continuing to unravel this grim mystery surrounding those gruesome packages. They stumble upon a particularly chilling discovery. So tucked inside the package delivered to the Conservative Party.
I hate it when you say tucked inside.
I know. It just adds
like we're
to
true crime. Like, don't tuck anything anywhere.
Was a note.
Oh, good.
And it sent shivers down the spines of everyone who read it. This note confirmed what authorities had feared. 6 body parts had been distributed, but it didn't stop there. It included an ominous warning from the perpetrator. He intended to kill again. I can't fucking imagine the sense of urgency that must have created.
So now we're on a time, like, that's a ticking time bomb.
Yeah.
That's like...
Who is it? Where is he? What's he doing?
Did he already do it? Is he killing tonight? Is he killing right now? What's going on?
Who's he going to attack?
Oh, it's awful.
It was no longer just about recovering remains. It was about stopping a killer who was actually actively threatening more lives. And the implications of that note were staggering. The pressure was on for law enforcement because It's not just, hey, we think there's a snuff video. Now it's like, is he threatening our prime minister? Now, like, the spotlight is on the police. They have to get their shit together real quick. There's no shoving this under the rug.
I can't imagine what was going on in that department.
I know.
Because the actual panic would have been like, oh, we fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh, we fucked up bad.
Like, people were telling us about
Guys,
this.
we really fucked up.
Each moment is passing, and only the stakes are getting higher and higher. I mean, everyone in our country is looking at them like, fix this.
Immediately.
Yes.
Someone is Canada posting body parts.
Yeah. So in the meantime, on May 25th, 2012, in Snowdon, Montreal, a janitor is going about his usual rounds, and he stumbles upon a suitcase. And it was kind of carelessly discarded in a garbage pile behind an apartment building, because we all know those apartment buildings. People are lazy. They just throw it and carry on. So he's probably like, these lazy fucks. But he had noticed the suitcase earlier that day, and he hadn't really picked it up due to an overwhelming amount of trash. So, like, we've got we're in Montreal.
Yeah.
People are throwing garbage. He's like, fuck me, I'll deal with that later.
Yeah. Fair.
But he kept seeing it throughout the day, and something was off about it.
Oh,
like,
God.
his instincts were like, you should look in the case.
Of course.
So finally he does, and he opens this suitcase, and he's met with probably something he'll never get over, and I'm assuming he's probably still embarrassed for.
I am never getting over.
Yeah, so inside were human remains. Big shocker there.
Yeah.
Hidden away as they were just like garbage. Like someone just threw them in the suitcase and booked it.
Yeah.
So imagine that moment. Like, I seriously try and picture this because I'm a very visual person. But, like, he must have been just standing there like, this isn't garbage. Like,
oh, God.
Now I have to deal with this. And then you'd be thinking, like, someone in one of these buildings did it. Is he watching me? Am I now? Like, this is my brain.
Because of this case, any time I see a suitcase.
Yeah, you think about it.
Like, you know, the bulk garbage days?
Yeah.
I'm always like,
suspicious.
I will take you down. I will open that up. Better not have nobody in there.
No body in there.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm always like,
So he immediately alerts the authorities, and the police arrive on the scene. They search everywhere, and they uncover not only the remains, but also personal papers that would help identify the suspect.
Because he's an idiot.
Is he an idiot, or is he like, you're going to know who I am?
I think you're right. I think up until the point that he is literally caught, he thought he could get away with this.
Yeah.
I think he thought, come find me.
Yeah.
Legit.
Let's play a game.
Yep.
So alongside the remains, investigators found sharp and blunt objects strewn across the alley, each piece of evidence adding layers of the complexity, and this mystery is just slowly unfolding. It was becoming clear that this was no random act of violence. This wasn't just like a shot, like someone got shot, panic. Like, that's not what this is.
No.
And they're starting to like, okay, we've got body parts here, we've got body parts there. Like,
That just sounded like a sick and twisted Dr. Seuss tale. Body parts here and body parts there.
Body parts
up
everywhere.
and body parts down. Like, what the fuck?
Sorry. Can you tell I was a mom? Was a mom. I am a mom. Still a mom, but they don't want to hear my bullshit anymore, so it's fine.
You're not reading Dr. Seuss to them anymore.
But the real breakthrough came from surveillance footage from inside of the building.
Yes.
Yeah, so cameras did capture a suspect seen transporting numerous garbage bags outside. And the images were clear.
I know. Crystal clear.
Crystal clear. And they realized this individual matched someone they had seen on a video at a post office in Côte-de-Neige. Dun, dun,
Ding,
dun.
ding, ding.
Yep.
You go dun, dun, dun. I'm like, ding, ding, ding.
This was a significant lead. As they began to connect the dots, it was like every piece of the puzzle was literally falling into place so
That's
fast.
right.
So the urgency to apprehend the suspect is growing faster by the minute, knowing that there are other lives at stake here. And the investigation was about to take a turn that would send shockwaves through the nation. the chilling reality of what they were dealing with was starting to set in, and the clock is ticking. So, like, it's being released. They're like, have you seen this guy? Like, it's becoming a nationwide thing. On the night of May 29th, 2012, at precisely 11:33 p.m., police entered the apartment Luca Magnotta had been renting in on Decatur Boulevard. I think it's Decatur or Decatur.
It's Decatur.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're
my
welcome.
little French friend.
You're welcome.
He had only moved in 4 months earlier, but his rent was paid up until June 1st. Like, how? Because I know I'm like, oh, rent's due in a couple days. What do we got?
What do we got? You pull together what you got, and I'll pull together what I got, and we'll make it up.
As officers searched the space, it quickly became clear that this apartment had been mostly emptied before he left. But what they found next would send chills down their spines. Blood was discovered on various items throughout the apartment. On the mattress, the refrigerator, the table, and even the bathtub. Each stain told a silent, horrifying story. So the refrigerator, I'm like, huh. So I guess we'll never know. Like, did he refrigerate the body because of the smell?
Of course he did. And
There's
also,
just so many things.
Was he not like cutting pieces of him up on a cutting board to feed to the dog? Like,
Yeah.
chances are he touched the fridge at some point.
Do you think the dog ate it? Like, do you think the dog was like, pork? Are we having pork?
I really don't know. And
Like, do you think the dog was like, yeah, it's dinner time? Or was the dog like, this is weird? And because I'm a dog lover, this is how I think. So the dog probably didn't think because he's a man.
I don't know. Okay, so
And do you think he tried it as well?
I do.
I do too.
I absolutely do.
I do too.
I think he is so full of himself, and I think that would have been part of the like, look what you did. You deserve to enjoy this. You deserve to have this. Yeah, I absolutely do.
So
I think he claims that he didn't.
Yeah.
I feel like I read
but
somewhere.
of course he
But
did.
like, of course he
Can't
didn't.
believe him.
No.
For me, though, the most chilling discovery was a particular inscription written in stark red ink inside a closet. To me, this is like, holy fuck. This is what it said. If you don't like the reflection, don't look in the mirror. I don't care.
Whoa.
It's so deep.
But see, he was battling, and listen, I hate this man. I think he is like,
Yeah.
and you know what? I've had this conversation with many people because people are like, well, he got what he wanted. He's famous now. Anybody says the name Luca Magnotta and you know who that is. But the truth is, it's not like, when I hear Luca Magnotta, I literally think like, it's as though like I have a stain on my carpet that I see every day, and I know the stain is there, but that is literally the extent that I think of this man.
Yes. He's a fucking,
Like,
he's disgusting. It's ew, 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 ew.
you're just a part of Canada's history that nobody cares about and nobody wants to look at. My heart goes out to the victim and his family, but other than that,
I wouldn't want my name to be spoken and people recoil with disgust, because that's what we're doing, Luca.
Literally.
Did you ever hear this?
Yeah.
That message fucking freaked me out. I don't know why. It just sent me like into like a spin. And of course they're like looking at this message and they're like, what the fuck? Like, who is this guy? And as police pieced together the evidence, they were confronted not just by a crime scene, but a reflection of a fractured mind. Like, it's pretty horrifying. So on June 13th, 2012, DNA testing confirmed that the 4 limbs and torso found belonging to Jun Lin. So they know now.
Yeah.
That's who it is.
That poor man.
And tragically, on July 1st, his head was recovered at the edge of a small lake in Montreal's Grignon. Thank you.
Grignon. You just heard every French person.
I'm sorry.
Grignon.
Thank you. Bringing a grim closure to the search for his remains. So, not that I'm glad they found Jun Lin's remains, but I'm happy that his family can be like, okay, this is where he is, and maybe some healing and you know, I mean, what else can you say? So following these discoveries, an arrest warrant is out for Magnotta, issued by the Service du Police de la Ville de Montreal.
I'm so impressed with
Did
you.
I do good? So as the investigation deepens, the warrant was actually upgraded to Canada Y alerts by the RCMP, so the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. So the charges against Magnotta were grave and disturbing. He was accused of first-degree murder. Obviously, a crime like that is going to be first degree. Like there's no talking your way down from that. In addition to that, he faced charges of committing an indignity to a dead body, publishing obscene material, and mailing indecent and immoral content. Which, at this point, like, I feel like they know that he's the cat killer, and it bothers me.
Yeah. Do you think that the mailing indecent whatever was actually a thing before he came around? Or do you think that they were like panicking?
We need to add something.
They were like, shit, we weren't expecting this. We gotta add this.
Who knows?
I don't know.
I mean, he was also charged with criminally harassing the Canadian Prime Minister, Stephen Harper.
Yeah, listen, Stephen was having none of this shit.
No.
It's like, the fuck? What?
And as well as several unnamed members of Parliament. I mean, it painted a portrait of a man who was not only capable of unimaginable violence, but he was unafraid to taunt them. Like, not only just taunt them, but like the fabric of our Canadian society. He's like, I'm going right for the big guns. Like, holy fuck, bro.
But again, he failed. Because literally, like, the people that opened these packages were interns.
Yes.
They were like, I'm telling you, like, they were the unpaid, like, front desk.
Imagine.
Second day at work. You're like, yeah, I'm going to make a difference,
Yeah, it's sad.
You're opening a fucking foot?
No. So on May 31st, 2012, the situation escalated further when Interpol issued a red notice for Magnotta at the request of the Canadian authorities. So for days, his name and his photograph were at the top of the Interpol homepage. It was such a stark reminder of the manhunt that had, like, captured international attention. And in my mind, I'm like, he's probably, like, jizzing in his pants over this.
Of course.
Like, I'm just like, oh.
I know, but they had to.
They had to.
Right, they had to.
But it's so frustrating because you're like, as much as you have to find this motherfucker, get rid of him, do what you gotta do, you're also, like, feeding the monster.
Yeah, legit.
So the notice called for his provincial arrest pending extradition back to Canada by an Interpol member state. So just days before the red notice was issued, Magnotta had booked a round trip, like we talked about, to Paris, using his own name because he's that fucking stupid. After landing in France, his cell phone signal was traced to a hotel in Bagnolet. Unfortunately, though, by the time the police did arrive, he'd already vanished, leaving behind some disturbing items, pornographic magazines, an air sickness bag, which is gross, and then a hoodie that he was seen wearing in the airport. So, like, that was found in there.
All right.
But in the hotel, ironically enough, he used a false passport under the name Kirk Trammell.
Okay.
So why wouldn't you have used that to flee the country, you stupid dick? But anyways, authorities learned he had contacts in Paris from a previous visit in 2010.
Okay.
And they're tracking, a large frame man who had been in touch with him. So they're like, this guy was in touch with him. We're seeing it on the phone. One of the individuals he did stay with for 2 nights had no idea he was until after he left. So he has no idea that fucking this guy is, like, sending body parts to the Prime Minister, murdering an innocent victim, killing animals. Like, he's a fucking whack job. But Magnotta left and blended back into the shadows. Eventually, Magnotta boarded Euroline's bus at the Bagnolet coach station, headed for Berlin.
Okay.
But his flight from justice was about to come to an abrupt end. And this is so funny to me because he's so fucking arrogant and stupid. I'm like, of course this would happen.
Yeah.
So on June 4th, 2012, he was apprehended by Berlin police, at an internet cafe. Caught sitting there reading the news stories about himself.
You're such an idiot.
Like,
Oh my God.
So
You know
fitting.
what? If there, and there isn't, but if there was any part of him that was like, heh heh, I'm amazing, that just ruined it for
Right.
yourself.
Like,
Like, you fucking idiot.
it's fucking crazy. So just later, just days later, he appears in a Berlin court where German officials were like, please take him. And Magnotta is like, please take me.
They were like, we don't want it.
And I think
so goodbye.
So I keep thinking, okay, why didn't he want to be tried in Berlin? Well, number one.
Well, he would have never been tried in Berlin.
So they actually, it was a discussion. Because
No
he was arrested
way.
in Berlin. Yeah.
For Canadian crimes?
Yeah. So like,
Oh, I'm so glad he came back
because
to
he was
Canada.
arrested there, but he never fought the deportation back to Canada.
Right.
They did, thank God, have enough evidence to keep him in custody, and he agreed to a simplified process, which I'm like, why are you giving him options?
I can't. Don't even get me started. We will be here for another hour with me just going through.
I know.
Like, what? Hello? He has no rights anymore.
No.
I don't understand.
So on June 18th, 2012, Canadian authorities decided they were going to bring in the big guns. They flew this guy back from Canada on a fucking military plane.
Yeah. They were like,
A Royal Canadian Air Force CC-150 Polaris, to be exact.
yeah. Well, and good thing, because I would have literally been like, you are a shit stain in Canada's underwear, and we don't want you on a plane with anybody else.
Well, I get it. They're not about to put him on a commercial flight and be like, sorry, folks, we're just going to make a little bit of space here for this fucking terrorist murderer while you're sitting there eating your peanuts.
You know what's weird about Luca?
So many things.
I'm not afraid of him.
No.
I've never once been afraid of him.
I feel like he'd be easily manipulated.
I have never once been afraid of this man. Ever, ever, ever. From the first day, because like I was an adult when this was happening, from the first day I read about this, even during the whole process where they didn't know who was sending these body parts, I was never afraid. Ever. Like,
I love
you
that.
failed.
I was definitely nervous.
Yeah, I was like, who's doing this?
Yeah.
But never once, not once, was I ever afraid.
I love
So,
that
like,
for you.
you suck, Luca. Like,
Yeah,
you did nothing.
You didn't do it.
Yeah.
They touched down in this big ass Canadian jet
Yeah.
in the Maribel International Airport just north of Montreal. And where does our little snowflake end up? Solitary confinement, baby. The place I believe they all need to be. At the Rivière des Prairies Detention Center.
Okay.
To me, that's fitting. Stick this little fucktard on his European vacation in solitary confinement. Now, while all this was happening, Jun Lin's family did go through absolute hell.
I can't
Of
imagine.
course. Like, they had to face the reality that their son is gone. Who they thought their son was, he was living in a whole other reality.
Yeah.
And I feel like as a parent, if my child had to hide and then it ultimately resulted in him going somewhere and then the death, like that whole thing would be really hard to take. So my heart breaks for them. His ashes were laid to rest at Notre Dame de la Neige Cemetery in Montreal. And it is a very beautiful place. I took a peek.
I have been there.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
lovely.
very beautiful place.
Yeah.
So I'm glad he was put to rest in such a beautiful atmosphere. His loved ones can visit. I'm happy. It's a small comfort. But to me, I want to end my episode without saying this prick's name again. We're not giving him
down.
any... Yep. So I'm glad Jun Lin got some justice. I mean, was it enough? Never is. He was found and he's been honored.
Yeah.
And I think that we will title this episode without titling it.
Absolutely. No,
Yep.
that's
so this
fair.
is a tribute to Jun Lin.
Yeah, and you know what? I want to tell you, like, obviously I have known about this case the entire time that it has been a case because we were living it. And this is the first time I have heard the case told where you started with the victim. You know, everyone is always so... And listen, the things that this shit stain did are interesting and from a psychological perspective, but everyone always focuses on him. It's always about like, oh, what mental illness did he have? What was he this? What was he that? But I really appreciate that you started this with Jun Lin, because he was so innocent and so, we all wanted more for him than this.
Yeah, 100%.
And so I really appreciate that. And it kind of like makes me think about quite a few of like the episodes that I've done where I'm like, oh, maybe we should start with from time to time, we should start with the victims first. Yeah.
Okay, a quick note before we go, because I said I'd tell you guys.
Oh, God.
I mean, I have a personal trainer background. I've been lifting weights for years and years. And I took some time off. And my husband was like...
We were launching a podcast, y'all.
So I've been just busy. I decided to get back at it. I'm like, no, I'm in my 40s. I need to keep my muscle strength up. I cannot walk. I'm walking like Edward Scissorhands. I hate my life. I am miserable. I don't know how I'm getting out of the closet. So we might just have to keep recording at this point.
We might just keep going, and eventually Matt will come home and just have to like carry you to your car. He doesn't know he has to do that yet, but he'll be down.
Anyways, guys, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. And please just follow and like us so we can keep making content for you.
Yes, thank you so much. We love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us on Triggered, where we dive deep into the dark, the twisted, and the cosmic mysteries of the universe.
Until next time, stay curious, stay cautious, always watch the stars and your back.